Hey everybody! Well, this is kind of a Tastytrade show, actually. Those of you from Tastytrade who are joining me, this is the promise I kept to you. To my confused slopers, let me explain. I do a Tastytrade show every day. It's 15 minutes. I usually have a list of symbols that I go through and talk about the charts. And today I went off on this long excursus and didn't have time to talk about hardly any charts at all, like one briefly. And so I pledged to them, my viewers, that I would recreate the show here and just post it for free, obviously, just so that they didn't feel cheated, because they didn't get any show from me yesterday, so it's extra important. I'm actually recording this about 15 minutes before the trading day ends, but I seriously doubt the charts will differ very much. But if you happen to see slightly different quotes, do not be confused or think I use a lousy data feed. It's just the market's not quite closed as of this recording. We will begin with a spider. And this is, and by the way, obviously, if you're not from Tastytrade, this is still worth watching. It has nothing to do with where you came from. I'm talking about charts. The spider, the big boy, from all the way back in the 90s when this ETFs first came out. Here we have this gorgeous chart. Now, I'll just briefly repeat what I said, the only thing I said on Tastytrade, because I think it's important for those who didn't see the show. I was making a big fuss out of this teeny price range that we were trapped in. We can see now for 8 solid trading days. And it turned out to be a real blessing in disguise, because, and some folks pointed this out as it was happening, all this proved was that the bulls couldn't hack it anymore. They couldn't push things up anymore. They were, with all the firepower they had, they were just waylaid at those levels. And you can see the volume just dying off to nothing here. Look at this. This is comic. Look at that. Isn't that sad? Just pathetic. And it wasn't even a holiday or anything like that. It was just sad. So the bulls failed. And finally, Thursday, yesterday, things started falling. And that fall was augmented today to a degree. So for all my bitching about the 8 days, it turned out to be a good thing. And this magnificent top is more magnificent now because we've got a gap thanks to the action between Thursday and Friday. And it's just a thing of great beauty. And as I said, the easy trade, should God be kind enough to the bears, would be for a rally back to this gap and then get all bearish again. As I also said on the show, I've got 2 portfolios. One of them is pure cash now, because I'm going to keep my profits for a change. And the other one is 16% cash, but still loaded up in 34 rather long-term put options. So that's the spider. I think it lays the groundwork for more wonderfulness. Here's the OEF. There's in the S&P 100. It too has a new price gap right there. And its own topping pattern has been improved by the presence of that new gap. And here's the diamonds. I guess the Dow's down 700 points or so right now. This channel's done a pretty good job. We cut through the midline yesterday with quite a lot of drama. And I'm going to take this sucker right here. Let's just recycle him. I'm going to drag him down to the bottom of Thursday, like so. So we can, in fact, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Look at that. That lines up beautifully with the low of Feb 24. In fact, I'm kind of bug-eyed right now. We actually have blown through those February lows, which I do not think is the case with a lot of other ETFs, but the Dow is particularly weak, I suppose. Overseas, more coolness. EFA, which I acquired a large put position on based upon one and one thing only. This tag right here. Look at this. Is this amazing? It is so pretty. This trend line is anchored here and here. And look what it did just days ago. Look at that. I mean, I might as well just stop right now. Is that incredible? That was from last week. Absolutely. And it looked like it closed at the high. It looked like it was going to blow right through this thing. And it stalled and stalled and stalled and stalled and then fell hard. So that worked out great. What a wonderful trend line. Look at this. Again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Holding the bulls back where they belong. IEFA, kind of the same critter. And this one fell, it traversed 2 whole Fibonacci retracements beautifully. From here down to here. Now, actually, let me correct myself. I've embarrassed myself just now. This isn't a Fibonacci at all. It's a horizontal line. The fib is way up here. But I can at least say that we made it down to this Fibonacci zone down here, which is why, by the way, I was in EFA puts. I sold those and took profits. But yeah, this is just a simple horizontal. And I'll leave it there. I don't. That's why I colored it different, because I don't want to confuse the issue. But that's in between those 2 fibs. EZU, the Eurozone, another big hard tumble here. Whee! Getting down toward this low for the year. EWZ. Now this was my trade of the week. This was terrific because, and I'll share it. This was a subscriber only idea, but it's so old now that I find talking about it with everybody. The entire basis of the trade was this sine wave. So you can see up, down, up, and this was the only one that was sort of out of phase. Down, up, down, up, down. And so when I offered the idea, and the price was right around here. When I offered the idea, my thesis was that this cyclic drop would make it more likely the price would weaken than strengthen. And that's exactly what it did. You can see here. I offered the trade idea on this day. And when the day closed, I was pleased to report we had a bearish engulfing pattern. Little did I know it would blossom so quickly. Down, 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 down. So congratulations to those who took advantage of that one. ARCG, this is just to point and laugh. Kathy World, sucks. EMB, this is just to point and say that it's no surprise the whole world's falling to pieces, because all these high interest sensitive instruments are just getting creamed. Amazon was another idea offered early this week, and that had a beautiful repulsion from its trend line right here. And so it went blasting higher. Nice shooting star right there. Down, down, down. Dirty Sanchez. There it goes. Commodity land. Thanks to Kramer's new bullishness on energy, I've decided to become an energy bear again. And DBC is slipping a little bit today. Oil, for the first time since John Kennedy was in office, is actually slipping lower. But I'll say that I took profits here too. I had XOP puts, and I think longer term this will do great, but I took profits on my XOP puts and my XLE puts. But I still have in my big portfolio all kinds of individual energy puts, like APA, CPE, MRO, SLB. I missed a couple, I'm sure. Real estate, fantastic. I've taken profits on this as well, for now. I do think that ultimately this will go a lot lower. For now, let's just add another horizontal. There, like so. But this has worked out very, 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 very nicely. So this is a great example that if we rallied back to this gap, I'd love to get back in. I know it's very little, it's like $1 or something. It's hardly even worth bothering to wait, but I'd just rather wait. You know, weekends before us, just feel more comfortable that way. XHB, which I wasn't in, but it's very similar, of course, also falling over 4% today. So home builders really getting zapped. DocU getting killed, nothing much to say except, wow, it's fallen from like hundreds and hundreds of dollars down to like 60, down about 80%, I guess, or so. And just some more bearish goodies here. XLF continuing to get hit really hard. Let's add another horizontal to that, like so. IWM. Let's keep an eye on this Fibonacci for major support down here, so we could still be in for some joy on this one. Ethereum has finally broken. This could lead the way next week. This could be a big deal, this failure. And finally, the VIX. Another sine wave here. And this one suggested that we would keep sinking on the VIX until the middle of next week. Maybe, I don't know. Alternately, well, not alternately, but the good news is that it won't be long at all before we're past the tangent point here and we can start looking toward higher VIX. Okay, well, thanks for watching this, and that's it for now. See ya.